Gato. What is up, gamers? I know it's been a minute. I want to come here and give you guys my brief opinions of Overwatch 2 and how I feel about the launch so far. I've been playing the game a whole lot and I've actually been enjoying it despite all the hate that the game has been receiving recently. I used to be a huge Overwatch 1 player. Back in the console days, I used to play on PS4. I actually used to grind quite a bit. At some point, I even received a platinum rank as Genji, so I used to play this game quite a bit and I used to be a diehard. So far I've been having actually a lot of fun with Overwatch 2, despite what the general public thinks of the game. I can't deny that it's hardly really a sequel. They really just slapped the 2 on there just to give it a new wave of hype and get hundreds of thousands of new players to try it out. But in reality, there's basically nothing new about the game except for 3 heroes and just a handful of maps. Back in the day, I had a lot of fun playing Overwatch 1, and it was a super popular game. Everyone at the time knew of the game and played it to an extent. Some people were more casual, other people were more diehard. I was kind of in the middle. I would grind competitive with my friend and eventually even reach the platinum rank. But after that I started dropping and I started to lose my motivation to continue grinding the game competitively. But Overwatch 2 so far has been just nothing but fun. The launch has been, extremely rocky. On the first day, nobody could literally get into the game. Servers were full, there were queue times of 30k players, and people were unable to even complete some matches. I saw some funny clips on Twitter of people posting their disconnects, and frankly the whole thing is just a mess. And thankfully Blizzard is working as hard as possible to get patches out to players so we can continue playing it as soon as possible. I gotta admit, it's kind of a bummer how they reworked the whole system of skins and loot boxes into now being a cash shop item. No longer are the days where you could just grind out the game, level up a bunch of times, and open a couple of crates and get lucky and get a few skins. Now all the skins cost money, every single one of them. A lot of the players who've been playing since Overwatch 1, like myself, find this to be kind of a bummer. We had the opportunity to buy all these skins, unlock all these skins, and now they're locked away behind the cash shop. What is this? What is wrong with you guys? That's definitely uncool. Although I have seen people on Reddit and Twitter defending the game saying, we are not entitled to all those skins from Overwatch 1. Just because we had Overwatch 1 doesn't mean that you get to own all the skins from Overwatch 1. To those people I say, why the f*** are you defending a big company like Activision Blizzard? They don't give a shit about you. You should have all those skins. Actually, a cool new feature added into the game is the cross progression system. Now, any of the skins or cosmetics you've collected in your past versions of the game, like on console, or if you played on PC or Switch, everything is bundled into one account. So you can have all your cosmetics all in one place. This is a huge plus, definitely for me, because I had a bunch of skins that I bought on the PS4 version that I didn't have on my PC, and to get them back now is a huge deal, and I'm actually really hyped for that. So thank you Blizzard, thank you. That's definitely a step in the right direction, for sure. It's funny how 6 days after the game has officially released, queue times are still in the game, some people are getting disconnected from matches, myself included, and some people can't even start a match. To say that things have been shaking a little bit unprofessional is not too much of a stretch, you could say. It's kind of a bummer now that every game is going into a live service model. Gone are the days where you can just buy a game with the peace of mind, knowing that everything you can unlock and get in that game is already on the disc. Now with live service model games, everything is going to come at a price, or down the line, in the future, in a couple of years. It's sort of a bummer. When they first announced Overwatch 2, the game was just supposed to be a PvE experience, and that was going to be the brand new feature of the game, was to be pushing this new story-like content. And now all of a sudden, we don't have any of that at launch, and you have to wait at least a year or half a year before we can see any of it? What were they thinking? What did they even release? They just slapped the 2 in front of the game, called it a day, and people bought it, myself included. I do have to be honest with the game. I can't just sit here and praise it for everything. Everyone knows that Overwatch gameplay is fun. Maps for the most part are interesting and have a lot of diverse ways to play. The characters all have unique and varying playstyles, which are all a lot of fun to experience and learn on your own. And the moment-to-moment gameplay is really what makes this game a lot of fun. Nothing is wrong with the gameplay. Gameplay is basically the same classic Overwatch gameplay that you know and love from before, but now it's one less teammate per team, 5v5 instead of 6v6. This really does change the meta of the game. I think for the better. It makes every character and teammate more impactful and important. Gone are the days of all these tanks and shields absorbing all your bullets and not being able to hit anybody because there's barriers everywhere. Now the game is definitely more fun to play. I feel like they've really focused the shooter aspect of this game. It's not so much like a role-playing game as in tank support, DPS. It's more of just a shooter, which is great. I'll enjoy that. In a way, changing up the formula has made each role more significant too. Tanks, DPS, and healers all have so much more on the line for them to actually perform. So that's really cool. It's weird how a game in development, supposedly for a couple of years, actually has removed a few characters from the roster that were in there before. They were just fine before when they had their normal kits, but of course when Blizzard changes their kits, people find glitches and things get out of hand, and honestly, they even took away some maps, and 2 heroes are removed from the game completely at the moment. So it's kind of like we're moving backwards. I don't really know. Now you can't even play Bastion, and he's not even in the hero gallery anymore, so that's definitely worth noting. Hey guys, this is post-processing Nico here. I just wanted to quickly come in and mention a new patch has come out for Overwatch 2, including the Halloween event, and Bastion is now back in the game, so you can just disregard what I mentioned, but new bugs seem to be appearing all the time, so the game is still kind of a mess. The new Halloween event is kind of mediocre. They basically only added 3 new skins for the new heroes. They're all in the shop, but you gotta pay money for them, so pay us. Give me your money! Overall, I think Overwatch 2 is actually a pretty good game. It's turning out to be a lot of fun, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot. I've been playing competitive. Oh man, don't even get me started with competitive. The competitive SSR system was completely broken at launch. A lot of the top players in the world, like Grandmasters, Masters, and Diamond players, are all getting thrown into the Bronze 5 rank, which is literally the lowest rank in the entire game. Some of the greatest players and worst players are all in Bronze rank 5. So that means good luck trying to climb out. You'll have bad players, good players. Right now competitive play is just a circus and nothing is the way it should be. You got top GM players, master players, all in Bronze rank 5. So you literally have a combination of the worst players and the best players all in one skill tier. It makes literally no sense, and it kind of ruins the competitive. It's just a joke right now. I've seen some of the best players on Twitch win all 7 of their placement matches and then get thrown in Bronze 5, which is literally the lowest rank. It makes no sense. Personally, I myself am not the best player. I'm no GM or master level player, but I'm alright to decent. And I won almost most of my placement matches as well, and I got thrown in Bronze 5, so what is going on here? Afterwards, I did a few more placement matches, won also most of those, only lost maybe 2 or 3, and I climbed up to Bronze 4 or Bronze 3, it was nothing. I feel like this is going to take forever to climb, and it's kind of not right. Yeah, currently the skill tiers are all messed up, and nobody is actually placed where they should be placed. And climbing out of those ranks is going to be a nightmare. So good luck, everyone. I don't know, at the end of the day, overall, I've been having a lot of fun with Overwatch 2. I've been playing casually, I've been playing competitively, just for fun, just to get a taste of it, to see what the game is like again. And it's fun to hop in after a while. I used to play Overwatch 1 a lot. I was a diehard. This game has kind of reignited the flame for me, and I've been enjoying it a lot. The game is free to play, no reason why you shouldn't try it, unless you're not into shooters and that sort of thing is not your cup of tea. And that's totally understandable. But for a team-based shooter, this game is polished as you'd expect, and it's worth it to at least give it a chance. For me personally, I'm not much of an FPS fan, or I don't really go out of my way to play too many FPS games, because they're all just too much the same. But for me personally, I think Genji is a really unique FPS experience, and I really enjoy playing him. And it's kind of hard to play any other hero. When I hop in Overwatch, for me personally, I insta-pick Genji, and no other game has something that's similar to or plays like Genji, so I have a lot of fun with that. I really enjoy playing Genji because he's kind of OP. Not OP because he's hard to play and hard to master, but if you can have the patience to give him a chance and work your way up to feeling confident with him, then you'll be able to slowly wreck teams before you know it, and it's a lot of fun and very satisfying. Maybe eventually I'll do a tips and tricks or a guide video of how to play Genji or something, even though I myself am not the best player. I know this channel is all over the place in uploads. Usually I like RPG games, but Overwatch has been a die-hard game of mine. Overwatch used to be a game that I used to play a lot with my friends, and I used to even stream it on my own Twitch channel, so it kind of makes sense for me to cover it on this channel. Subscribe to support the channel, it's free, do it, or I'm gonna tell your mom. Sorry I've been so all over the place with uploads. Love you guys, take care, till next time, ciao ciao!